All right, are you ready to dive into Chapter 8 of The Melody of Leadership?
Oh, yeah.
You shared your notes and the chapter itself, and wow, this one gets pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
It's like the story kicks into high gear, and so do the leadership lessons.
Definitely a pivotal point, for sure.
So just a reminder for anyone who's just joining us, The Melody of Leadership is this really cool book. It kind of weaves together a love story with, get this, 10 leadership commandments.
Very unique approach, I'd say.
Yeah, and you can find it on Amazon if you're curious about checking it out. But
Yeah.
Okay, Chapter 8.
Leaders as teachers.
Yes, leaders as teachers. And we're going to break down exactly what that means using both the narrative of the chapter and all the extra little leadership goodies that are included in there.
Yeah, the author gives us a lot to chew on.
So to set the stage, we pick up with our main character, Caroline. She's feeling super stressed.
Totally. Remember where we left her?
Yeah, all those back-to-back meetings with Frank.
Exactly.
And as if that wasn't enough, her mentor, Kevin's been like totally radio silent for 3 weeks.
Yeah, a big shift from their previous connection, for sure.
I mean, think about it. She really relied on Kevin's guidance, you know?
Oh, absolutely. She's probably feeling pretty unsettled right now.
Like the rug's been pulled out from under her.
I think that really highlights how leadership, when you actually put it into practice, it's not just about like these abstract concepts and theories, right? It's about human connection and trust and how those relationships play out in real life.
That's so true. And speaking of relationships, things with Frank are getting kind of weird, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a little bit.
At first, Caroline was grateful to him, for the job and everything.
Right.
But his behavior starts to become a little, creepy.
Definitely some red flags popping up.
Yeah, like all that bragging in meetings.
Yeah, and he's so focused on himself instead of actually mentoring Caroline.
And then remember that expensive bracelet he gives her?
Oh, yeah, and calling her his best friend.
Like, come on.
Not exactly the hallmark of a healthy leader-mentee relationship.
Okay, so this is a perfect example of what the chapter calls out as bad leadership.
Right. He's totally focused on himself and his own gain, not on helping Caroline grow.
It makes you think about some of the leaders you've had in your own life, right?
Mm.
Have you ever felt that sense of being controlled rather than empowered?
That's a really good question to consider.
It's a huge difference.
It is. Good leaders. They want to help you become a leader yourself, not just a follower.
Totally. And that's where Kevin's teaching comes in.
Right. Thankfully, Caroline has those notes.
Yeah, she finds comfort in rereading Kevin's notes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we get into this core concept of leaders as teachers.
The heart of the chapter.
And his notes actually refer to this guy, John C. Maxwell, and his 5 levels of leadership.
Oh, yeah. That's a classic.
It's a really great framework for understanding how leadership develops.
Absolutely. It's all about progression,
Yeah, so you move from just like holding a position of authority to actually creating other leaders.
Right. So it starts with level 1, position. You're only the boss because of your title,
Like people aren't necessarily following you because they actually want to.
Exactly.
Kind of sounds like Frank, doesn't it?
Oh, totally.
He's all about the title and the power.
Yeah, and that's why it's the lowest level of leadership.
But someone like Kevin,
Yeah.
he embodies those higher levels,
For sure, he's earned people's respect. That's level 2, permission.
Yeah, they choose to follow him because they actually believe in him.
And it's not just about being likable either.
Right.
It's about getting things done, level 3, production.
Kevin's always proven himself. He's capable, effective.
And this is where that teaching aspect comes in.
Yeah, level 4, people development.
You're actively mentoring, coaching, investing in your team's growth.
You're not just focused on what gets done.
It's about who is doing the work and how they're developing along the way.
Which brings us to the top. Level 5, pinnacle.
Creating other leaders, that's the ultimate goal.
Like Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't just build a successful company.
He built a company that continued to thrive even after he was gone.
Because he created other leaders who could carry on that vision.
Think about that impact, not just on the organization, but on all the individuals within it.
Powerful stuff.
It is. And it's clearly what Kevin has been trying to instill in Caroline.
Yeah, but he didn't just stop with Maxwell's model either.
Oh, no.
He also included notes on David Marquez's book, Turn the Ship Around.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
It ties in perfectly with this whole theme of empowering others.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So Marquez, he was a Navy captain.
Okay.
And he took command of this submarine that was performing really poorly.
Oh, wow.
And he completely transformed it by empowering his crew.
How did he do that?
Instead of giving direct orders, he would state his intent.
So like the what?
Yeah, and then he trusted his sailors to figure out the how.
So he basically flipped the whole command and control model on its head.
Exactly.
And it worked.
The results are amazing.
Wow.
His submarine, the USS Santa Fe, went from being one of the worst to one of the best.
That's incredible.
But more importantly, he created this environment where the sailors felt ownership.
Like they had a stake in the game.
Exactly. He encouraged them to take initiative, to think critically.
He turned followers into leaders.
Literally.
So both Maxwell's 5 levels and Marquet's leadership style, they both reinforce this idea that good leadership isn't just about achieving your own goals.
Right. It's about who you bring with you.
Who you help to grow and develop in the process.
Exactly.
And it makes you wonder, where does this leave Caroline?
In a tough spot, for sure.
I mean, we have Kevin, who seems to be the embodiment of this leader as teacher.
Right. The ideal.
But he's vanished.
And then you have Frank representing the complete opposite.
Totally. Someone who are more concerned with their own power than developing others.
Definitely puts Caroline in a difficult position.
It does. And that's where we'll pick up in part 2 of our deep dive into Chapter 8.
Doug.
We'll see how these contrasting leadership styles actually play out in the story and what it all means for Caroline's journey.
Can't wait.
But before we get there, let's take a moment and think about how these ideas resonate with your own experiences.
Have you ever worked with someone who truly embodied those higher levels of leadership?
Someone who invested in your growth.
Or maybe you've been in a situation where you felt more controlled than empowered.
What was the impact of that on you?
We'll dive into those questions more when we return. So remember that gold bracelet Frank gave to Caroline?
Oh, yeah, the one he called her his best friend for?
It just feels so calculated. Manipulative, even.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if Frank's actually read any of those leadership books he keeps recommending to her.
Right. Like he's just spouting off these ideas without really understanding them.
It's all about control for him, isn't it?
I think so. It highlights that difference, between someone who genuinely wants to mentor you
versus someone who just wants to keep you under their thumb.
Exactly. A true leader, a true mentor, they want to see you grow.
They want you to become even better than them.
Yeah, they don't try to hold you back or keep you dependent on them.
It's like Frank sees Caroline as a pawn in his own game.
And then you have someone like Kevin who genuinely wants to see her succeed,
On her own terms.
Right, and that's a key takeaway from this chapter, the difference between leading with people
and leading over them.
Exactly. It's a whole different mindset.
So where does this leave Caroline?
In a tough spot.
She's got to be feeling lost and confused.
Totally. Kevin's gone. Frank is being super creepy.
What's she supposed to do?
It's a crossroads for her, She's got all this incredible knowledge from Kevin.
All that guidance.
But now she's got to figure out how to apply it.
In a really messy situation.
Exactly. Like she's been given all the tools, but now she has to actually build something with them.
Oh, that's such a good analogy.
It is, isn't it?
It's easy to learn about leadership in theory.
Yeah. But to actually put it into practice?
Especially when you're facing so much pressure and uncertainty.
It's a whole other ballgame.
And remember, Caroline is still pretty new to all this.
Yeah, she's just starting out on her leadership journey.
She's just starting to grasp these concepts.
And now she's facing a real ethical dilemma.
What would you do if you were in her shoes?
That's a tough one.
It's like a classic hero's journey, right?
Oh,
She's gained the knowledge.
Faced with a challenge.
And now she has to choose her path.
It makes you think about your own leadership journey.
Doesn't it?
Think about a time when you were faced with a really tough decision at work.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel empowered to do the right thing?
Even if it was difficult.
Or did you feel pressure to just go along with what someone else wanted?
Those are some really good questions to think about.
They are. We've all been there at some point.
And in Caroline's case, it really comes down to this. Will she become a follower?
Or will she rise to the occasion and become the leader Kevin believed she could be?
Ooh, good cliffhanger.
It makes you want to keep reading to see what happens.
The author, Dr. Moin, he does a brilliant job of showing us how these leadership models actually play out in the real world.
It's not all sunshine and roses.
Definitely not. And don't forget about that little twist at the end of the chapter.
Oh, yeah, where he reminds us about his own book on leadership.
He ties it all back together so nicely.
Like he's saying, hey, if this resonates with you, there's more to learn.
Exactly. So anyone listening who wants to dive deeper, check out Dr. Moin's book, The Melody of Leadership.
It's a great read.
You can find it on Amazon, and we'll put a link in the show notes.
Definitely worth checking out.
But before we wrap up our deep dive on Chapter 8, there's one thing we can't ignore.
Kevin.
Yes, the missing mentor.
What happened to him?
He was such a central figure, and now, poof, he's gone.
Vanished without a trace.
It's a bold move by the author.
It raises so many questions.
Does it change how we view Kevin?
Was he really the great leader we thought he was?
What do you think?
It makes you wonder if his absence is actually part of his teaching.
Oh, like he's intentionally stepping back to let Caroline figure things out on her own?
It would definitely be in line with his philosophy.
Empowering others to become independent.
But it also adds another layer to his character.
What do you think it means for Caroline?
Will she be able to handle this without him?
These are all questions we'll keep exploring as we go deeper into the melody of leadership.
But for now, let's leave our listeners with a final thought.
Okay, hit us with it.
If you were Caroline facing this ethical dilemma,
Manipulative boss, missing mentor.
what would you do?
Would you trust your instincts?
And all those lessons you've learned.
Tough situation.
It highlights the challenges of putting those leadership principles into practice.
Especially when the stakes are high.
We'll find out what Caroline decides in the next chapter.
But for now, take a moment and think about how you would navigate a similar challenge in your own life.